Tyler Buckner is transferring out of Notre Dame. Where's he going to go? There's two particular schools I could see needing him immediately. One of them is big, very, very big. And after their spring practice, I think he'll be the first person they call. I'll dive into that in just a second. I'm Brian Knight. I am not Bobby Durkins, at least not right here. If you're new here, you may not understand that statement. So go look up Bobby Durkins. I mean, obviously, after this wonderful high-class video, but hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. So for my newer viewers, or maybe some viewers who doesn't know this, you see the Clemson flag, you see the Clemson national championship, you see this, my buddy made me. I've even got a helmet that I'm a big Clemson fan. Grew up right outside of Clemson. Literally, if I wanted to go anywhere other than Atlanta, Georgia, I had to drive by Death Valley every day. I'm not kidding. I saw it in the distance. Now, if you're a big Clemson fan, that sounds like heaven to you. But for some reason, growing up, I liked Notre Dame. Let me get these things out of the way. I'm not a Catholic. I have no tie to the Catholic Church. I have no ties to Notre Dame. All of my family hates Notre Dame with all of their heart, but my sister and I liked Notre Dame. So I keep up with them. Now, when Clemson plays Notre Dame, full disclosure, I'm definitely pulling for Clemson. So when Notre Dame beat the living crap out of Clemson this past year, I was shocked because I saw Notre Dame blow it and blow it a lot against, Stanford. Good grief. With that said, I know who Tyler Buckner is. And Tyler Buckner got injured. I want to say it was the Marshall game right off the top of my head. Drew Pine came in. You have to applaud Drew Pine for coming in, doing what he did, riding the ship as much as he possibly could. And, they won against Clemson, 35-14. That was a big, big win. And I think they lost right off the top of my head, 38-27 to Southern Cal. And Southern Cal fans is like, yeah, you didn't pound them. You won by, 11 points. Was it a good, strong win? Yes. Was it a pounding? No. But Tyler Buckner was injured. And in the offseason, Tyler Buckner comes in, plays the Gamecocks, beats the Gamecocks in the Gator Bowl. And afterward, Drew Pine is given the courtesy by Marcus Freeman to be told that we're not sold on you, basically. And so he transfers out. Well, everybody's like, Tyler Buckner. Obviously, Tyler Buckner's the man. And then I think it's 6 years. I could be wrong, but I want to say 6-year senior Sam Hartman out of Wake Forest transfers into Notre Dame. Of course, nothing happens with Tyler. Tyler says nothing. He goes in, he plays a spring game, and now he's transferring out. I can't blame this mobile quarterback for wanting to get out. Now, if you're Notre Dame, you're like, hold on, we can get Sam Hartman. Maybe this can bridge some gaps that we have in recruiting. But I did look at Notre Dame recruiting. And as far as recruiting goes, and this is not counting quarterbacks that's already there, but, good grief, Buckner was there. Kenny Minchie out of Hendersonville, Tennessee, is the only big recruit coming in. Of course, as I said, Sam Hartman's transferring in. This is a big loss for Notre Dame, but it is a big gain for college football. The number one team I can see going after him right now, as soon as I heard that the guy was transferring, I heard about it yesterday, just now getting to do the video, forgive me, was Alabama. My son said to me, he was like, Alabama needs this guy. And I will be shocked if Alabama doesn't go after him and go after him hard. I can see him fitting their system very well. He gives them the mobility that they're looking for. He does have experience. And he is that style of player that with the players that they have and with the excellence that they operate in, if he were to get in now, he would have enough cushion with that talent and the coaching to give him some time to get his feet up under him, basically, to where he could highly compete. And I think that Tyler Buchner, we're going to see him end up at Alabama. Now, I know that there's other people talking about, Auburn. Auburn could definitely go after him. By the way, hello, Dwayne Wicker. Says, hello, not Bobby. It's good. I'm glad you're here, Dwayne. But if Auburn came calling, and I know Hugh Freeze is down there, Hugh Freeze can coach football. But if Alabama comes calling, who's rebuilding, and you're Tyler Buchner or Auburn comes calling, if Auburn, who is rebuilding, comes calling you, and you're leaving a situation where you've now played for two coaches, it's not your fault that you got hurt, and now they're replacing you with a guy who's going to be there for 1 year. I know Sam Hartman has a lot of respect in the ACC and so on. Sam Hartman's been there for a very, very long time. This is a one and done deal for Sam. He's done after this. He's gone. And you're right, Dwayne. The Notre Dame ex-offensive coordinator is at Alabama. That's the biggie. Tommy Rees. So Tyler knows Tommy. Tommy knows Tyler. And Tyler knows Tommy's offense. And Saban has hired Rees to run things. Folks, this is a match made in heaven. This is really a match made in heaven. Now, can I say that Tyler Buchner is elite like Bryce Young? No, I can't say that. Nor can I say that about three quarterbacks that won the national championship. Now think about it, 4 quarterbacks that won a national championship with Alabama. Greg McElroy, I enjoy listening to his commentatorship, whatever. I enjoy listening to him. I remember at first when he came out, I was like, this isn't going to be good. The guy does a good job. Was Greg McElroy a great quarterback? No, he was not. A.J. McCarron. And by the way, Brent Musburger was right. Quarterbacks get all the women, and I know that got uncomfortable for some people, but my Lord, what he said was right. People just got offended because they got uncomfortable, but it's the truth. You very rarely run into a football player that is successful who has an ugly spouse. It's just the truth. Marcus Cameron says he's going to Alabama. Yeah, he's going to go to Alabama. He's going to go to Alabama. And if he doesn't go to Alabama, something crazy in the world has happened to drive this guy not to Alabama. I would almost call this kid up. I have no clue, never met him, never seen him in person. But, buddy, if someone sends you this video and sends you just this little clip about the 8-minute and 30-second mark, I beg you, unless some divine intervention has come to you and told you that something bad is going to happen to you if you go to Alabama, you're going to die in a plane crash or something like that. I'm not playing around here. Go to Alabama. Unless something has told you that, go to Alabama. You'll have instant success. Instant. Everybody wants to talk about Alabama last year. Well, they lost to Tennessee and they didn't go to the college football playoff. Tennessee, and I like Tennessee. I'm not a fan, but I have respect for them. I live within 3 hours of Tennessee. I love the Knoxville area. But I'm going to tell you, pal, had Bryce Young played that entire game, I don't think what happened would have happened. I think that they would have found a way to ink it out. Why? Bryce Young is that good. Bryce Young is that good. But A.J. McCarron was not a world-class quarterback. That Sims guy was not a world-class quarterback. What was his name? McVay? He was a transfer from Florida State. Not a world-class quarterback. All won national championships. And the transfer portal has some, it's not like it was around the, end of the last football season. It's not like that. But I can tell you this, Tyler Buckner being in the transfer portal right now is the biggest news. I know all those players from Colorado ended up going into the portal. One really good wide receiver who had a killer game on Saturday and then said, "I'm leaving." I don't know what went on there. I really don't care at this point. To me, Colorado football right now is almost like a reality TV show. People are watching. People are paying attention to Colorado for a lot of reasons, and maybe it pans out. I'm just telling you, once the emotionalism and the knee runs off or wears off, will people even give a rat's rear end? I predict they win at least 8 games this year. But just newsflash with Colorado football, and I know this is not about Colorado, just stick with me for a second. I believe that where they're going to run into a problem is we all know who Dion is. We don't really know that much about their coordinators and their position coaches. And we all know Saban, the OG of college football, knows this better than anybody. He knows this better than Dabo Swinney. And I hate to say that. Swinney just made the hire of Garrett Riley, but it took him hiring his buddies and the football team not doing as well because he was hiring buddies and loyalists. Saban realizes whoever is coaching under you matters. And that's the thing with Colorado football. Once all the slogans that Deion Sanders has said wears off, because all teams have slogans. Huffer Billy Paul's in here. Got to meet him, by the way. I paused there. Met him at the SO Club. Huffer Billy Paul is just something. Yes, it is. It's a TV show. It is a TV show. Colorado football, Huffer Billy Paul is a TV show. And but once that new wears off and they play teams that has good coordinators, that's where that whole speech that Deion did, "I'm a coming." At first when he started saying that, it sounded powerful, but on the 700th time he said, "I'm a coming," I just didn't care anymore. And here's what I say to Deion, who I have a lot of respect for. Deion, people don't care if you're a coming. They're going to care if you're a winning. That's when you'll know what people really think about you. That's all they care about is winning. Only reason Clemson cares about, only reason that Alabama cares about Saban is winning. You don't pay $11 million a year to a loser. So Tyler Buckner, I believe the best stop, the obvious stop, is Alabama. It's Alabama. Yes, he could go to Hugh Freeze at Auburn, try to be a part of something that's special. Or you can have a legacy that's you're not going to have to try as hard. I'm just being honest. If you go to Auburn, you're going to have to try really, really hard. I'm not saying Alabama's not going to drive you. I'm not telling you that Alabama is going to be a walk in the park. But what I'm saying is you have all the pieces around you, Tyler, if you go to Alabama. I love my Tigers, but I can't say that about my Tigers. That's sad. Our offensive line it's like setting up mannequins that are really big. And I know if one of our offensive linemen was like, "Hey, how about we take you? We'll take you on. We'll show you how tough." Yeah, I'm not a lineman. I'm not a lineman. I'm not a football player. But you are. And when you play other football players, they run through you like cottage cheese. For Billy Paul said Deion needs an ego check. Yeah. Confidence and arrogance is two different things. Dwayne Wicker says Primetime told him to jump in that portal that accommodated him. Yeah, one of them, he transferred out of Jackson State into Colorado, and now he's transferring again. And I'm not being facetious. Anybody who's ever had to move before knows how long it takes to unpack. I'll guarantee you the kid wasn't even completely unpacked there in Colorado. I guarantee it. But for Billy Paul said it was really great to see you too, Brian. It was really good. It was a good time, man. It's always nice to meet people that's in the comment section and always supports the channel. And Huffer Billy Paul is a friend of the show, both shows. Oh, Durkins. Hey. I think he was shocked that in person, I won't say shocked, that everybody sees Bobby Durkins and people don't know what to expect. Until you meet not Bobby. Jonathan Benton says, I don't know, when I was in college, everything I owned got in a duffel bag. Hey, maybe he had it sitting at the door. And he's like, I'm going to try out this Colorado experiment, but if I don't like it, I'm just going to pick it up and leave. Maybe that's what he did. Tyler Buckner leaves Notre Dame. I need to have a guest on. Maybe always Irish. Someone told me I need to talk to Always Irish. I've been taking suggestions for guests on the show. And so I have one for Tennessee right now. Mark Rogers has already agreed to do the show, which that's big happenings for me. Mark's a friend of the show. Of course, Pigskin Pete said he would do it. I think both Mark and Pigskin really feel sorry for me. I think that's it. I think Mrs. Pete is making Pete do the show. I appreciate that. Huffer Billy Paul said Brian is actually a normal dude with a brain. Hallelujah. Pete and Mark love you. Thank you. I'm actually, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not, but I'm about to shut down the show. So, but everybody stay with me for this. So this is a really good announcement. So Mark Rogers has asked me to be in this. It's in May. So starting in the next few weeks. And has asked me to do this. It's a show where we watch the Ohio State Clemson playoff game. Okay. And we just watch the entire thing. It would be behind a paywall. And we would just comment on the game and so on. And so that's supposed to be coming up sometime next month, unless something crazy happens, or there is 2 days I'm unavailable. But unless something crazy happens, I will be doing that show. So if you're not watching Mark Rogers, you need to be watching Mark Rogers. Motivated, dedicated. He's going to the Gumps UGA 15-0. I'm happy you can point out that UGA is 15-0. You can kiss that goodbye since Todd Monken's gone. That was you Georgia fans, y'all did what you did over the past 2 years. You finally used your talent. Finally, after years and years of wasting world-class talent, you finally used it. You got your 2 national championships. It's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful that you finally got it. But you can kiss that goodbye without Todd Monken, because Todd Monken, world-class. That was a world-class play calling. That was world-class. Huffer Billy Paul, which OSU Clemson game? It's the sophomore season of Trevor. We beat them. Remember, there was a lot of controversial calls. They actually did favor Clemson. We'll see. It's going to be a fun one. Well, everybody, I'm going to let you go. I believe Tyler Buckner is definitely going to Alabama. And Motivated Dedicated said Todd Monken and Bobo are running the same offense. They may run the same offense, but Todd Monken knows the proper adjustments, and I don't believe Bobo does. I mean, time will tell, but it's not like Bobo coached there before. And I know he averaged 0.2 more points than Todd Monken did. I've already been told that by someone, but I can go ahead and tell you, you have to have a coach. You can run the same offense, but do you have the ability to make the same adjustments on the fly? And just show respect to Todd Monken and say, hey, man, you were great. We hate to leave you. But to say that someone else can just come right in and fill his spot and run the same offense, that's disrespectful to him. I mean, I think I have more respect for Todd Monken than most Georgia fans. Dwayne Wicker said, you, Mark Rogers, Carolina Jackpot are my faves. What an eclectic group of people. Mark is one of the nicest guys I've ever dealt with, ever talked to, ever. Me and Jackpot, we've exchanged fun poking at each other. But what's funny is he lives within 20 minutes of me, but I have never met him. I might need to fix that. I need to go meet him. We could have live cameras rolling. That would be great. It's kind of like Undercover Boss, and I just show up and he's there. We start fighting, and then we start crying and hugging each other. It'd be something weird like that. All right, listen, y'all. I started off with Tyler Buckner, and now I'm ending with me and Carolina Jackpot fighting, then hugging and crying. What a mess. Everybody, thanks for joining me. Pass this along. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It's free. Hit the thumbs up, and I'll catch you later. Hey, the transfer portal is continuing to light up. I don't think we're going to see any bigger than Tyler Buckner hitting this transfer portal. I could be wrong. But I think this is the biggest news in the post-spring game transfer portal. We will see. Y'all take care of yourself. Hope to see you out and about. And we're getting closer and closer to college football. Just hang on to that thread of hope. It'll get you through. See you next time.